welcome to the stage your next act, the wonderful, the gorgeous Miss Betty Crumble!
Hello there, love. How are you doing? Hello, I am a woman. Yes, I fell off the stage. And yes, you might notice something about me. I'm back! Yay! Some of you have seen me before, that's nice. Thank you very much for that. That was lovely. But you might have noticed something else, to be honest. I'm a woman with a beard. Yeah, Niall. Woman with a beard. But you know, I have to explain that because it's a little bit odd. And last time I was up here, I got a bit confused. I got a bit sidetracked talking about just the one thing. It was about a word or something. But what I need to talk about is my husband. I needed to get on to my husband, essentially. And I have done that before. I've got on to my husband quite successfully. It was pleasant. I'm not going to talk about that though, that's fine, it's alright, it's fine. But I do want to talk about him. Well, I'm not going to be able to get onto him anymore. You know, he's not dead, he's just fictional. So it's fine. I mean, it's like being dead, only less permanent. That's quite clever if you think about it, but obviously not going for that, that's fine. But he's gone, and I don't know, there's Wotsits everywhere. Oh, I hate Wotsits, I hate cheese. Anyway, no, that's not. My husband is what I was going to talk about, and he's dead. Yeah. So, but he didn't have a beard. I've got a beard, and I need to tell you why I've got a beard. But it's all related to him. He didn't have a beard. He actually had too thick a face to make a beard. Yeah, his face was too thick. The hair tried to come out, but it just made his face kind of blow up in a sort of balloon. Can you imagine that? A disfigured, horrible man with a face about this wide and hair trying to come out, but it can't come out. It's like a balloon filled with coarse, matted, thick hair. That's my husband. Yeah, I love him. I loved him. He's dead. Fictional, whatever. He's not here anymore. But he didn't have a beard, but he was often beard. In terms of he'd had a lot of beer. He drank a lot. He was a raging alcoholic. He was abusive. But I loved him, so it's fine. He whined a lot as well. He didn't complain. Whined! It means two things. He drank a lot. But it's fine, because, you know, I loved it when he kicked the bucket. Because he was a professional bucket kicker. He used to kick them, I mean, reasonably far, actually. I mean, if you needed a bucket moved a kickable distance, Stanley was the man to go to. It was quite good. I mean, he could kick a bucket literally about 3.5 feet. That's not bad, is it? That's all right. I mean, some people wondered why you wouldn't just pick up a bucket and carry it that far, but they're arseholes. So that's fine. But he did that, and he kicked buckets fairly successfully, actually. And when he was going to do it, he had a little cry. He'd do a little chant. It'd be, "Let's get ready to crumble," because that's her surname. Betty Crumble. Sorry, I should have explained that. He's Stanley, and I'm Betty. I mean, he also used to say that when we were going to have sex. You know, pre-fornication. "Let's get ready to crumble!" I think that's why our children ran away when he was going to kick a bucket. With their fingers in their ears screaming. But yeah, no, he did that, and I got a bit confused. I mean, particularly our daughter Rhubarb. She was... that's just a joke. She wouldn't call my daughter Rhubarb. That's horrific. Her name's That's the Way the Cookie. But she's all right now. It's fine. But my husband had a bucket list. You know, a list of buckets he was going to kick before he died. And he was down to 2, just the 2. And it was the Young's aluminium, multi-riveted, multifaceted aluminium receptacle imperial measure. And the other one was Kevin. He was saving Kevin for last. Kevin was full of iron filings, actually. And that, I mean, it's not particularly relevant. And there's no jokes I can make about that, actually. So, ironic. Couldn't iron out the problems. See what I mean? It's not jokes, there's no laughter, so it's not jokes, is it? It's just things I said. But yeah, I mean, that's fine. And yeah, so he was preparing to kick Kevin. And Stanley's a good man. He's got his bucket kicking down to a T. He was perfect. I mean, he used to do the standard, you know, the 4-step run up, Anderson swing with the right leg, and he bucket kicking aficionados in. No, I mean that's a good one. That's a good one. The kicking like that. But I could see when he was going to kick Kevin, he was a bit worse for wear. You know, it was when I say worse for wear, I mean shit-faced. When I say shit-faced, I mean drunk. I guess you're confused. But yeah, he was really drunk, and he was doing something weird. He was looking at that bucket, Kevin. And that's one of the rules of kicking the bucket. You're not meant to look at the bucket. But he wasn't. I saw him just before he was going to take off. He blew a little kiss at Kevin. That made me sad. But then he ran up and kicked it with his left leg. His left leg! He kicked it with his left leg! What's he doing? But then I saw it. Kevin flying through air towards me. Stanley was trying to kill me with Kevin. And I saw that Kevin the bucket. And I saw the light glinting off that shiny metal bastard. And he was coming towards me, and I saw the universe in one swirling vortex of colour and light. It all made sense. And then Kevin landed on my head. Kevin was full of iron filings, and they started to gather on my lower jaw. Oh, I should have mentioned I've got a magnetic jaw. I got that when I went and rode that magnetic donkey at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. You done that? Have you ridden the magnetic donkey? Has anyone ridden the magnetic donkey? Shout out if you have. No? I mean, it sounds great, doesn't it? It sounds really good. It's not. It gives you piles. I had to squeeze my cheeks together for 3 weeks. Couldn't do it. So don't ride the magnetic donkey. It gives you a magnetic jaw, if nothing else. So yeah, this was all gathering on me, and I could hear this swirling vortex of the universe, and I could hear this chant, these kind of noises. His foot's up, his foot's up, his foot's up, his foot's up. It didn't make sense. But then I came round from, the concussion that I had, and I could hear it was actually my neighbour Effie saying, his foot's off. Because Stanley's foot had come off when he kicked the bucket. That's why you kick with your right leg. And it was in the peonies. Then he was dead. I assume he was dead. Stanley was dead because his foot had come off. That's quite a shock. I mean, it could also be the huge amount of alcohol poisoning he had. Or it might have been because I beat him to death with Kevin. It's one of the three. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, that's essentially the story of how I got my beard. It's iron filings from Kevin the bucket attaching themselves to my lower jaw, which is magnetic because I rode the magnetic donkey at Blackpool Pleasure Beach at the scene of my husband's death in our back garden. Yeah, I feel like we've bonded here tonight for listening to all that I've said. I hope you think that we're friends. I would like to think that. Me as a woman and you as various. Yeah, I think we're friends. And maybe not friends, maybe just acquaintances, that's fair enough. But, well, just remember everyone, an acquaintance is just a friend you don't like. Thank you very much, I've been Betty Crumble.
Betty Crumble there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I was talking of beers and things, not sure if you noticed, I was doing Movember this last month, and I had a little bit of a facial mishap. And I've actually managed to make one of these sideburns a lot shorter than the other, and I just thought I'd point that out.